Hey, what's happening? Brian Willett here. Today I was talking to a few colleagues of mine that I used to work with, and we were talking about the concept of leadership. And what happens a lot of times in organizations is something called the Peter Principle. All right, so a guy by the name of Lawrence Peter and his colleague wrote a book back in 1969 called the Peter Principle. If you've been in leadership for very long, you probably have heard of this concept, okay? And so what the Peter Principle is that everybody in an organization eventually gets promoted to a level beyond their competence. Meaning, let me give you an example. So at this position, let's just say level 1 position, I'm really good at it, right? And I'm so good that it gets me promoted to the next position, okay? And maybe I have the skill sets to be really good at this level 2 position, all right, which allows me then to get promoted to a level 3 position. All right, well, now I get to this level 3 position, but let's just say for some reason this position is probably a pretty high level leadership position. I'm not very good in this position because I don't have the skills, okay, that allow me, okay, to be good in this position. And so that's what the Peter Principle states. It says that everybody eventually gets promoted to a position beyond their level of competence, meaning in that position you are incompetent, meaning you're not very good at it. All right? And so why does that happen in organizations? Well, very simply what happens in organizations is someone leaves, okay, and they feel like the next person up, okay, the next person below that person is ready for that promotion. Okay, now sometimes that is the case, all right, but then sometimes it's not the case. That person may not have the skills that are necessary at that next level in the organization. And that happens so frequently that organizations just hire the next person who they feel like should be in that next level position. And that's a bad way to hire, okay? What you want to do is you want to hire people, all right, based off the skill sets that they have. And using that example I gave you earlier, maybe at that lower level, that's where you're best utilized. That's where you fit on the bus best. That's the seat you fit in best, to use a Jill Collins reference, getting the right people on the bus and in the right seats. Maybe that's where you fit best. Okay, but what organizations must stop doing is promoting people up beyond their level of competence. We got to look at those individuals and say, although they're good at this position, will those same skill sets translate and be good in the next position? And sometimes, especially when it comes to leadership and higher levels of leadership, that's just not the case. Okay, so let me ask you this. Have you promoted someone beyond their level of competence? If you had, okay, if you've done that, then what type of training and development can you provide them to get them and hopefully enhance their skills? Now, they got to have the right attitude, the right demeanor. They got to be willing to want to grow. All right, then you got to see by providing them that opportunity, providing them that training, can they grow and develop those skills, okay? And if you have someone in that position and maybe they're not coachable, maybe they're not trainable, then can you bring them back into a lower level position? I know most people hate that and they don't think it's a good idea, but sometimes it works in organizations. Instead of allowing someone to continue to be a manager, putting them back as a sales rep. All right, I've seen a lot of successful situations happen like that. All right, so that's my challenge for you today. If you're watching this, you're in leadership, is someone in that you've promoted up, are they beyond their level of competence? And if so, let's get them the right training. Contact me at Brian Willett Group. Go to brianwillettgroup.com. Reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Make it a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.